Hey everyone, welcome back to Live Bold and Boss Up. It's your girls, Steph and Ash, and we're back here with Meghan O'Keefe. She is the executive director of TBT, or Tampa Bay Tech, and we're here recording in the Tampa Bay Wave podcast room, which is fantastic over here. And we wanted to start off. I know some of the listeners might have just jumped in, and they might have not heard of the last time we had Meghan on at a live recording at Synapse. So let's kick it off, Meghan, and share with us what TBT is.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks for having me. It's always great seeing you guys and being on here. Tampa Bay Tech is a nonprofit networking membership-based organization. So our mission is to radically connect the tech community in Tampa Bay. And we do that through different initiatives. A lot of it is networking. A lot of it is tech programming, making sure that there's awareness on new technologies that are up and coming, and also how to implement them for your own teams or companies, and then also career advancement opportunities in technology as well.
That's awesome. I feel like every community needs an organization like TBT. Because and TBT's been around for 20 plus years, right?
Yeah, this should be the 23rd year, I believe. So it's pretty awesome. It started out as the Tampa Bay Internet Forum.
Wow.
So it was a group getting together, trying to figure out how to utilize technology in the internet space and what that meant. And so is this collaborative space where these CTOs and CIOs and technologists were getting together and being collaborative when, Tampa Bay wasn't known as a tech community. So obviously a lot's involved since then, which is pretty exciting. And seeing all the different companies that have grown here and also moved here because of what's going on. So it's been pretty exciting.
Yeah, no, I love that. And it's evolved so much. Even since I started in being involved with TBT, probably like 6-7 years ago, it's come a long ways. And I feel like any major company in Tampa is involved with TBT. And if they're not, they should be, right?
Shameless plug.
But yeah, so we wanted to talk to you today about Tampa as a emerging tech scene, and not just emerging, like it's here, it's already here. It is a place to be for technology companies and companies in general. But what are you seeing as far as, how it's evolved and how it's evolving and just technology in Tampa Bay in general?
Yeah, definitely. I think we still have a lot of ways to go. When you consider you're looking at those other areas like Austin, Seattle, Boston, New York, they've been these tech hubs for 30 years. Florida, definitely Tampa Bay, the last 3 years is really how we've exploded and been known for a little bit more than tourism or some of the agriculture things around here. So even though we have places like Tampa Bay Wave, the Innovation Center, Embark Collective, Tampa Bay Tech, there's still so much that needs to evolve and to help bring all those organizations together to really help the progress of us becoming a tech community. But we've had, the last 3 years since COVID, we've definitely exploded and been on the map for a lot of different things. Companies are getting funding here, which hasn't happened a lot in the past, which is great. Companies are moving here. ARK Invest, Citadel is opening up their office here. So many other tech startups that are moving here. So yeah, a lot of exciting things that we've gotten to see.
For sure.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering, does Tampa Bay Tech have plans to broaden their horizon and not just be in like the Tampa Bay local area, or are you already in like Florida as a whole?
Right now, I think our focus is definitely the Tampa Bay community. Like I said, I believe that, we've had awesome growth, but there's still a lot of room where we can help see where there are gaps and where our organization or our members can better help fill those. And so, specifically, a lot of our members are a little more established companies, or, some of those big national, international brands that have a big presence here, like Accenture or Google, companies like that. But, how can we utilize them to better help the startup community that might not be our members, and, other organizations too that might not fit directly into our membership, but better ways that we can fill those gaps in the tech community here that we can help through our organization.
I love that. That's wonderful. I feel like us as a Tampa Bay region, we do so much for the community. And just hearing you talk about it, I'm realizing like just how important it really is,
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, traditionally, as Tampa Bay Tech started 20 years ago, I think a lot of the technologists were definitely in Tampa. So still our organization is very Tampa heavy with the organizations and the companies that are members. And I think there's so much room to grow within that. I mean, obviously we have a lot of presence from St. Pete and growing out of Clearwater, but Clearwater is expanding so much with their developments. It's only going to attract more companies there as well. But they have, Know-Before and DocuPhase and some great companies that are, growing like crazy there. And even down to Sarasota, that, there's a lot of awesome things happening there, and companies that are growing there that might not have the same tech resources. And out to Lakeland, there's, if you, go out on the highway, you see a lot of those bigger companies like Rooms to Go and City Furniture that all have technologists now that are working for them that you might not realize. But how can we get them involved and help them as they're looking to do more in technology with their companies that are traditionally not known for that? And so I think that's something, we have a lot to do still here in Tampa Bay, and I think our organization can help that.
Definitely. You mentioned organizations like the Wave, Embark, EDC, High Tech Connect. There's lots of organizations that may be similar, but they're not exactly the same. They all offer something different. How can we all collaborate better to kind of join like one force to connect all of Tampa Bay? Like, is there an answer to that, or are we doing that already?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are better ways that we can do that. Everybody's super supportive in each other's initiatives and happy to collaborate. But I don't know if there's been true structure in what that looks like. And so, that's something I would love to really try to pan out and see, again, like where those gaps are and where, these resources like the Wave could utilize our actual organization or our members more, whether if it's they need more mentors or need, people to help with the products that are being developed in their cohorts and stuff like that. So I think that's where, that collaboration and that better structure can really help take our community to the next level and, show everybody outside of our ecosystem how collaborative we are. And that's really what I think has made us so different in the past compared to other tech hubs, where you hear a lot of people that are just, competitive in their spaces, whether it's startup community or whatever that looks like. But all the organizations and entities here, everybody's going to each other's events and everybody's happy to help each other. And, that's not a easy thing to have. And, a lot of communities strive for that, but it's not easy to have. So I think that's where a lot of companies that are moving here have somehow seen or heard, and that's very enticing, where they're looking for a little more help when they are trying to get their business off the ground.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like when you're really competitive, sometimes you don't look for other entities or people to help you. And it sounds like all of these entities that we have in Tampa Bay are here to help, and they also communicate and work together. And they're for different points or different parts of the tech company's life cycle, right? Like you've got like the Tampa Bay Wave that we're recording here now, and they're more geared towards the startup tech, whereas you guys are a little bit more mature, where you help those mature tech companies. So that's interesting, and I love how you guys all communicate together and help everyone out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the tech ecosystem here wouldn't be what it is without organizations like these. And, the Wave's been around for 10 plus years now, and they've been doing amazing things where they started here and now they're getting the attention internationally of,
Wow.
startups that are wanting to go through their cohort, but then also potentially move here because they see the magic of the people that the Wave is being able to bring to the table when they're here for their cohort, and how magical that is where, people from, A line are helping in their cybersecurity cohort, or, whatever that looks like, these big powerhouse companies that have people that are willing to take the time to help with these startups and help the Wave as they navigate these cohorts. So it's awesome to see. It's pretty cool and unique, I think, to a lot of ecosystems.
I mean, every company's got to start off as a startup at some point, right?
Yeah.
So support them when they're babies, and then they'll grow up and
Yeah.
be big successful companies.
I like ecosystem better than I'm thinking life cycle. I'm thinking like animal
Circle of life.
terminology versus companies, because we just rescued a baby turtle this morning. So like my mind is on my mind is on like yeah, that terminology, science terminology versus companies, but
It's funny.
yeah.
So question, Megan, if someone is coming, like moving to the area, which there are a lot of those these days, how do they get involved in the community and organizations? Like if they're in the tech community, like how do they find out about these groups or meet other people like them to help them grow in their career?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it kind of depends. Everybody's a little different. If you're moving here or looking to expand or relocate to the area, a lot of people don't realize, like, reaching out to the economic development councils or corporations that are locally. I know that's my past life, so I always try to plug it because I believe in it, but
Yes.
they are normally totally free resources and a way to get you into the community, whether it's helping you look for a co-working space or actual office space, to, resources when you're trying to hire here locally, and also getting you involved into the community. So it's a great asset to utilize. They usually try to help you in more ways than one. If there's certain connections you need as you're looking to move to the area, they're always, that great first line to help you as you're looking to move. But, if you're here, as maybe a digital nomad, or you work remotely and looking to move to the area, for whatever reason, there's a lot of ways to get involved. I know, specifically Tampa Bay Tech, we host a lot of events, obviously for our members, but our whole mission is to connect the whole tech community here. So we also have a lot of events that are open to the public. And so they're great ways to network, and then also build on your, product knowledge and get a better understanding of the new technologies that are going on here. And so we actually have our Emerging Leader Council too, which is open to non-members as well, and is a way to get involved and, help with that programming. And then also meet a lot of younger people that are in the area, and a lot have moved here recently as well. There's a lot of different meetups that are really good. High Tech Connect is a great way to, if you're, a technologist and looking to network with, like-minded people, but maybe also trying to explore maybe some jobs in the area with companies in the area. They're a great way to navigate those avenues. Really kind of depends on, what they're looking for, but there's a lot of ways to get connected in the Tampa Bay community. And I think that's what's so great too about our community, where it's not so big that if you find somebody on LinkedIn or you have questions about something, usually you can find somebody that will answer you and have a cup of coffee with you.
Yeah, most people want to help.
Yeah. Question for you about, just each of these meetings that you have. You're talking about all of these opportunities that are open to the public that people can join. Are any of them like around certifications or getting maybe, I don't know,
Furthering education.
like continuing education or getting certified? Because in the tech world, there's all these certifications you can get just depending on what your vertical is. Is that like something you do or something that you're thinking of getting into?
Yeah, no, I mean, that isn't something that we have right now going on, but I just had a meeting with SPC. They're a great member of ours, and they were just talking about some new certifications that they have for the IT world and some courses that they're trying to develop in AI and looking for some resources maybe from our members to help them develop that curriculum. And so I think there's definitely, some better communication from the colleges and universities that we can help relay to the companies. So if you do have somebody in IT with this like St. Pete College example, if you have somebody in IT that's like a great at, technically at what they do and maybe thinking about wanting to get into management, but not as good with their communication skills or really understanding of what that looks like as they look to manage, they can take this certification that, is less than a year, and maybe even the company could sponsor the person if they think they would be a great candidate. So I think there are a lot of avenues and great things going on, between SPC, USF's doing a lot of great certifications as well. I know Tampa is doing a lot in the entrepreneurial world. So I think then that's, something that we were talking about yesterday is helping them promote those certifications where, they don't have great marketing resources. A lot of times they're just looking for, or their marketers at their colleges, marketing outside, just in general, here's what our college is, we hope you attend, but not the actual certifications, and that, isn't being distributed to the right companies or places. And so I think that's something where we can help them in their initiatives because those are needed. And especially as these technologies like AI pop up kind of out of nowhere, or all of a sudden there's like all these jobs that are needed in that space, the more we can work with these local colleges and universities and helping them be more agile and, move along with the advancement in these technologies, the better that they'll be able to get this curriculum out there and create those certifications that the business side is seeing that is needed.
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't know that.
Mhm.
So I know there's a lot of great groups and groups, meetups, all that people can get involved with. One thing that I think is awesome that you have coming up, in the next couple of months, is an award show
Mhm.
that acknowledges, is it C-level, CIOs, CTOs, or all different?
Yeah, it's
Tell us
all
about that.
different. Yeah, so this is actually going to be the 20th anniversary, which is pretty exciting. And yeah, I believe it's Tampa Bay's biggest, tech awards. And it really is the celebration of all technology that is going on in the Tampa Bay area. And again, it's not just for our members, it's open to the public. It's going to be on November 10th. And yeah, it's celebrating, tech leaders, emerging tech leaders, tech companies, and any accomplishments and projects they have going on, and emerging companies as well. And then, highlighting those projects and accomplishments that these individuals and these companies have achieved throughout the year, and, making sure that they get that visibility and acknowledgement of, the hard work and the cool things that we have going on here. And I think it's, I wasn't able to attend last year, but, I'm excited to get it going for this year and really celebrate the 20th anniversary of these awards. And I'm excited to hear, the nominations and see what we can uncover in the area as far as technology.
And this award show is a big deal. I think last year there were over 500 people there.
Mhm.
And it was like probably the best event of the year that I attended, at least. It was a lot of fun, and it was a big deal.
Yeah, it's going to be at Armature Works. We have a great event planning committee right now, which we're pretty excited about. And yeah, everything's underway. We'll have nominations opening up. Again, that's going to be open to the public. So we want as many nominations, and we really want to hear it and help, like I said, award these people and companies for, what they're doing here and helping to get us, on the map and, advance and help us in the technology advancement in the area.
How would someone nominate someone for this?
Yeah. Well, just
How would someone nominate someone? Like, very big, like, so
yeah, I mean, follow us on social or sign up for our newsletter. Our website's tampabay.tech. So we'll be releasing that information soon. But it's just a really easy form fill. Nothing, too crazy. There's some criteria. But again, we tried to keep it really simple. So hopefully it's easy to nominate and we can create some great stories and get some good celebrations going. But you can nominate more than one person, more than one company. There's no restrictions on that. And so I think it'll be.
I love that.
fun.
When's the deadline? When do you have to have every nomination in by?
I think we're gonna launch it on the 31st, and then deadline will be, I think, like September 1st.
Okay, so August
What's the
31st, you can start.
July.
July.
Oh,
31st,
July. I'm
sorry.
like,
I
I'm
know.
thinking I'm already in August.
I
That's
know.
terrible. Okay, July 31st, it'll be open and then it'll close
Yeah.
September, end of September.
Yeah, because we got to get
Okay.
dwindle down the nominations. There'll be a few rounds, and then obviously get the awards purchased and stuff like that. So there needs to be a little time. I know it seems like so far out in advance. I think it's crazy we're already planning it for November, but it's also great. Like, I love that, we'll be hearing these stories and seeing what's going on soon.
Right. And I love that the community can get involved in this. Like, it's not just certain people nominating, right? It's
Mhm.
anyone and everyone in the community. Come out, support your people, support your friends, support your clients, whoever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's the whole thing. We're trying to celebrate what's going on in the startup community to what's going on with, some of these bigger companies that have been headquartered here for, 30 whatever years, and just making sure everybody has that chance to communicate and help celebrate what their employees are doing, and and get that acknowledgement that they deserve from our community, I think is needed. And, it's a great celebration of, everything that we have going on here. So I think it's exciting.
I'm excited. Megan, one more question that I have been dying to know. It's almost been a year since you've been in this role now. You've done amazing.
Wow, it's already been a year. It feels
Almost.
Well, it's December, I started,
Yeah.
but
wow.
We're
it's
coming
fast.
up on it. What has been like your either favorite memory or biggest aha moment since you've been in this role?
That's hard. Honestly, everything has been exceeded my expectations. Our members are amazing. Coming from the St. Pete EDC, I thought I had like this amazing network, and I mean, I did, but this has just opened it up so much more, and really getting that understanding of our region and what's going on here has been unbelievable. I mean, every day we're signing on new members, but then I'm also meeting some of our members that have been involved all 23 years and hearing why they have been and what it's meant to them. It's just been unbelievable, honestly. And I mean, the biggest thing was I had so much stress around Powered Up. And so for me, getting that done, seeing, getting almost 1,200 people to come out for that was exceeded my expectations too. I thought our events committee did an awesome job of finding speakers, getting the word out there, helping us promote the event. And it really was a true, tech conference for our community. It was great to see so many people from, all different sectors, industries, levels, CEOs and founders to entry-level people, and a ton of students that we were able to give them free tickets. And so it was pretty awesome to see.
No, it's amazing. Well, Megan, this has been so fun and enlightening about TBT, about the Tampa Bay Tech community. So thank you so much for coming on here today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been great.
And thank you to the Tampa Bay Wave for hosting us. We're going to put the link for the nominations in our show notes.
Awesome.
So that way anyone can come on and nominate people. And to the website. You can buy tickets there as well. And as always, like, subscribe, rate us. We
Yeah.
always appreciate that.
Please come, right? Because you'll see Steph and Ash there.
Yeah.
Your girls. So come on
Meet them
by.
in person, in the flesh. They'll sign autographs.
And until next time, guys, live bold and boss up.